Well, Iran's goal it has always been the same, and that is to make Israel an unlivable place. Iran knows it cannot beat Israel militarily, but what it does aspire to do is make Israel an impossible place to live and a place no one wants to visit. I hear a lot of talk right now about how this was a performative attack and how none of them got through, and this is all great. It's good that those strikes did not get through and harm anybody. All of this is harmful to the Jewish state because that is the goal of Iran ultimately, and that's why they want us out of Iraq, that's why they want us out of Syria, that's why they want to overthrow the king in Jordan, and that's why they want to continue to surround Israel from Gaza, from Lebanon. They aspire one day from Jordan, from Syria, from Iraq, have all these proxies that are able, and then from Iran now, able to attack Israel and make it an unlivable place so that the Jewish state will collapse from within economically and socially. That is their goal. That is their aspiration.
Diplomatic tensions are increasing between Israel's allies following Iran's attack. G7 leaders have participated in crisis talks over concerns of further attacks.
President Biden told the Iranians not to escalate. They ignored him. Now he's urging the Israelis to step back from the brink.
Whether and how the Israelis will respond, that's going to be up to them. We understand that and respect that. But the president's been very clear. We don't seek a war with Iran. We're not looking for escalation here.
Will Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu draw a line under last night's events or up the ante too? There is huge pressure on him from allies, including Britain, to show restraint.
If this attack had been successful, the fallout for regional stability would be hard to overstate. And we stand by the security of Israel and the wider region, which is of course important for our security here at home too. And what we now need is for calm heads to prevail.
The Prime Minister joined other G7 leaders on video conference, all urging restraint and condemning Iran for the attacks. British Foreign Secretary David Cameron spoke to his Iranian counterpart, tweeting later, "I made clear that Iran must stop these reckless attacks, de-escalate and release the MSC Ares, an Israeli-linked ship seized by Iran." Israel is under diplomatic pressure not to retaliate now. But can it let an attack by its sworn enemies in Iran go unpunished? Enemies who have in the past called for Israel to be wiped off the map. Iran seems buoyed up by its attacks, government mouthpieces claiming it sets a precedent. Its military may well repeat.
Iran has struck the Israeli regime directly. And that means that from now on, if the Israeli regime targets Iranians anywhere, that Iran will hit back at Israel itself.
Iran says it had no choice but to retaliate for the attack on its consulate in Damascus earlier this month, blamed on Israel, that killed more than a dozen Iranians. It says the episode is now concluded after last night's attacks, but Israel may not see it that way after the first direct Iranian onslaught against its territory. All eyes now on Israel and what it does next.
I think it is about a 50-50 whether they decide to go and take this a step further. They would like, I think, to use this opportunity to have the Iran conflict take the spotlight off of the famine and the devastation in Gaza.
If Israel retaliates to this attack, Iran says it'll strike back with greater force. What we've seen so far this weekend would then just be the prelude to something even bigger. Dominic Waghorn, Sky News.